to make that number of moves. But we'll see who's rewarded.
Yes. Magnus with a fantastic game for win, which he made look easy with the black pieces. Can he get those earlier opening imbalances? And we are about to find out, but this time Fabi starts with the king's pawn opening. We've got a Sicilian on the board.
And Fabiano won in game 2, the white side of a Sicilian, but we don't have the Rossolimo that we saw them play in 2018 World Chess Championship. We'd say we have a Khan Sicilian, a different line, and for Fabiano, he's played this with the white side, he's played it from the black side. We'll see what variation he goes down.
Can he win? Yes, he can. The Sicilian can. It's a risky choice, I must say, from Magnus Carlsen. So definitely not playing for stability. Definitely not kind of trying to lock down this game, playing straight for the draw, keeping all options open. But you're walking up against one of the best prepared players out there. And look at this last move, queen to e2 from Fabiano has forced Magnus to pause. Magnus prevents the white e-pawn from stepping up even further. But this one is guaranteed to get a bit wild now, and Fabi throws pawns forward. This is the ideal position in a must-win situation for white.
Fabi with 15 minutes has to win. A draw means Magnus wins set 1. And with that last move, Fabi reinforcing the threat that was previously stopped by Magnus's d6. e5 always in the board. In these positions, white is often looking at even the g-pawn marching up the board. And we can expect some early fireworks.
I just feel like these are difficult positions to figure out, so you need time on the clock. And after knight b7, I'm surely thinking about playing g4. And Fabiano had bad clock management in that 4th game. Here he's playing at a much quicker pace. And look at that pawn go. He's not holding anything back right now.
Yeah, all the pawns storming forward, and Fabiano, he has pretty much said that the white king is going queenside. He's going to castle to the left flank, so why not develop the bishop, keep the pace going, keep the speed. Magnus, he's cramped, he's kind of having to contort his pieces, and the clock time's still in white's favor. Actually, Fabiano has spent way less time than Magnus right now, still with a over 6-minute time advantage. Oh, I really fear for Magnus's position.
I feel like Fabi can continue pushing up on the king side. Use your rook pawn now, keep throwing those pawns forward, prevent the black king from castling. And that famous game that Magnus lost to Andrei Yesipenko, I remember pawns were going up the board and Magnus maybe bit off a little bit more than he could chew, tactically speaking. For Fabi, this is the exact type of position you want in a must-win game in Armageddon.
Yeah, but he needs to keep up on the clock.
Magnus has worked this all out in Fabiano's time. Big threat of checkmate on the board. Queen to h7 would end the game. Magnus needs to guard against it.
But was Magnus only expecting queen takes knight? Because after rook h1, with this idea, had he thought this through, he would blitz out his next move.
It kind of reminds me of his game against Wesley So, where Wesley beat him in Armageddon. He threw a ton of pieces at Magnus. Magnus defends the 7th rank and defends knight, but queen h check. Oh wow, bishop f4. I was not expecting that move. Maybe Magnus wasn't either. I thought he could continue checking against the black king and pick up that knight on e5. This is really complicated.
Really messy. Let's ignore the evaluation bar, which is misleading right now. With best play, black defends, black has an extra rook and will win the game. But that black king is about to come under heavy fire. Threats against the black knight too. This is far from easy with just 3 minutes on the clock. Magnus makes a mistake. He gives up his queen, potentially. Queen. Is this a mistake or is this genius to try and save this game? An Armageddon draw would be enough.
At this point, the players are just making moves. They are not thinking about what is the best move. It is about saving the position move by move. Knight jumps in. White's queen is attacked. Black's queen is attacked. You really can't trade off queens in this position, can you?
Some crazy tactics here, Robert.
Yeah, it's just the black queen's kind of trapped, right? If white just moves the queen one step forward, where's that black queen going?
But black will make a draw. I think black can just take the white bishop, give up the black queen, and black has knight d2 check. The white king's forced to the corner, knight b3 check, and there's a perpetual check. Black's knight will trap this white king. Magnus has spotted it all.
And I think Fabi has just spotted it all.
That is brilliant. And it's one of those decisions where it's given a blunder symbol because the evaluation's gone to the middle. But all Magnus Carlsen needs is a draw. And he's about to force the draw. This is unbelievable recognition. We just saw that video during the break of them doing tactics. Magnus, he's been doing his tactics and just uncorked a beautiful forced draw sequence.
You gotta break this down. So white cannot take black's queen because the endgame after all the trades favors Magnus Carlsen. If white was to get out of the queen trade with the queen move, David, explain it one more time, the perpetual.
Yeah, if the white queen steps away from the 2nd rank, then all black needs to do is remove white's bishop first of all. If, for example, queen to h3, black will take the bishop in either direction. Rook takes bishop. As soon as the white knight goes and captures the black queen on g7, there's a perpetual check. Black's knight comes down to d2. Fabiano allows the queens to disappear instead. He's fighting for the win, but with lack of queens, this will mean lack of attack as well, and Magnus trades off rooks. This is just over. It could have been a draw that would have ended in the same result. Magnus is going to win this Armageddon.
And it's not because Fabi missed that perpetual check. It's because it's the same. He has to fight this out till the end. A draw is a loss at this point for Fabiano Caruana. He had to choose the lesser evil in this position, which is going to a busted endgame, but the game goes on.
Yeah, but Fabi's head was in his hands. I mean, he's down an entire rook. He's just playing on for the sake of it, and he could just throw in the towel. Magnus Carlsen, brilliant tactical awareness to take this Armageddon.
Yeah, it's a surprise this game is still ongoing. 3 minutes for Magnus is more than sufficient, but Fabiano just frustrated. He got so close. He tried what he had to, but in the end, handshake, Magnus wins.
It is match over as Magnus Carlsen with the brilliant tactics on the board that he spotted in seconds, and it was all over. Takes the win in the Armageddon. That is set 1 to Magnus. Set 2, Fabi will have to strike back.
And that's something that Magnus should be proud of. I know he's been upset about his play. It was shaky earlier on, but to defend that position and to just end it on the spot, he didn't